SAT. The SAT is needed for admissions to most undergraduate programs at U.S. universities. A few universities in other parts of the world, including Singapore and Canada, also require the SAT. The SAT consists of 3 tests: reading, writing and language, and math. The reading test has 52 questions which have to be completed in 65 minutes. The reading test will assess 3 facets of command of evidence. The use of evidence. Students need to find the evidence in a passage that best supports the answer to a previous question or that serves as the basis for a reasonable conclusion. The analysis of an argument. Students need to identify the way authors use evidence to support their claims. The analysis of quantitative information. Students need to examine informational graphics and relate the information conveyed by them to the information and ideas conveyed through words. The writing and language test has 44 questions which have to be completed in 35 minutes. This test contains passages. All writing and language passages are created especially for the test, so that errors can be intentionally introduced. Passages are several paragraphs long, so that students engage in complex, real-world revision and editing tasks, and students will often need to have a good understanding of one or more paragraphs, or even the entire passage, to answer a particular question. Distinctive features. Some questions test students on the expression of ideas. These questions ask students to improve topic development, organization, and rhetorical effectiveness. This category includes passages on the topics of science and history and social studies. Other questions test students on their understanding of standard English conventions. These ask students to edit text so that words, phrases, sentences, and punctuation are used appropriately and in a way that is consistent with the practices of standard written English. As on the reading test, some writing and language test questions assess how well students understand words in context. These questions ask students to improve passages by using words carefully and with purpose. Students' command of evidence is also assessed by some questions on the writing and language test, as on the reading test. These questions assess how well students revise a passage to improve the way it develops information and ideas. Informational graphics. The writing and language test includes some passages that are paired with tables, charts, graphs, and other informational graphics. Students are asked to draw connections between the graphics and the text they accompany. For example, students might need to correct a passage's inaccurate interpretation of the data presented in a table, or to improve the clarity or precision of that interpretation. However, they'll never need to use mathematical computation to answer the questions. Math. The math test is characterized by questions that test mathematical reasoning in a way that reflects the work students are doing in classrooms across the country. Emphasize fluency and understanding. Ask students to solve problems grounded in science, social science, career scenarios, or other real-life contexts. The test covers all math practices with an emphasis on problem solving, modeling, using appropriate tools strategically, and recognizing and using algebraic structure. You cannot